Corey Graves took a shot at AEW, and then instead of being a man and standing by his word, he decided to dig his own grave and delete his tweet. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling, and as you've seen at AEW Blood and Guts, or should I say 786,000 people seen, there was a chair shot, not just any chair shot, a chair shot to the head, an unprotected one at that, from someone in the match to Jack Perry. Can't remember.
Mark Briscoe.
Well, Mark Briscoe's a bum. How am I supposed to remember his name? But yeah,
I watched the show. That's why I remember.
Mark Briscoe smacks Jack Perry, who at the time was handcuffed to the steel cage, and this, I guess, was causing some controversy. And Corey Graves decided that he wanted to give his opinion on it. Now, personally, I'm not going to bash AEW because they want to do chair shots to the head. I think if you're a grown-ass man or a grown-ass woman and you want to work a certain style, if you want to take that risk, then I think it's up to you. And I would rather see people take chair shots to the head while working in AEW and getting paid a shitload of money than taking a chair shot to the head at some fucking indie event for $50. So that's my thoughts on it.
Yeah, I have no problems with them doing it. We've seen it in the past. I can see why people do have a problem with them doing it. But
Benoit was a one-off thing. Just let's put that out there.
Yeah, absolutely a one-off thing. It was.
Here, Mick Foley took chair shots to the head more than anyone else, and I don't see him, putting the mandible claw on Noel Foley one day. I just don't think that's going to happen. So we can't just keep going Benoit. Chris Benoit was his own person. Did he have trauma that maybe affected that decision that he made in the final days of his life? Potentially, but just because it happened to Benoit doesn't mean it's going to happen to everyone else.
Look at all the other weapons though they use to hit each other in the head with. It's not just steel chairs that can do this, by the way. It's just any sort of force to your head.
Yeah, so...
Look at the amount of times they drop each other on their necks in AEW. Full-on kicks. Oh, strong style. Well, strong style can do it. See, Benoit, it wasn't the chair shots for me. It was the diving headbutts.
Yeah, possibly.
I don't understand what everyone's like. No one's see these unprotected chair shots. I think the most extreme version was The Rock against Mankind. Or was he Mankind or Cactus Jack at the Rumble? I can't remember.
It was Mankind.
Yeah, I think that's probably the most extreme version everyone remembers, right? He was handcuffed. He was getting about 10 headshots, chair shots. I think they're fine, honestly.
Wait, is the Sandman dead?
No, he's alive.
Oh, good. I don't know if he was dead or not. Couldn't remember. Every time we make a video about chair shots, I always think ECW, and I always seem to imagine the Sandman's dead. Anyway, it's good.
New Jack is dead.
All right, well, that's a bit of a arsehole on him anyway. Let's move.
Him, Chris Benoit.
New Jack didn't like Chris Benoit. So this is what Corey Graves said, and also I'm not saying that banning chair shots to the head isn't a good thing. I'm not saying it's something that should happen or not happen. What I'm saying is, I think that if you're in the wrestling business and you're an adult and you want to take one, then you should be entitled to do that. I don't think we should be able to, decide what you want to do and what you don't do. I mean, do chair shots really, at the end of the day, are they absolutely necessary? Chair shots unprotected to the head? I would say no. But at the same time, you can't argue and you cannot say that unprotected shots... You can't say that unprotected shots to the head have never elevated moments or matches in the history of wrestling, because that's just untrue.
They're safer than taking power bombs on the apron. They're safer than belly-to-belly suplexes on the outside. You look at Big E, you look at Ridge Holland, you look at other guys throughout the years that have landed on their necks with suplexes. Look, Sabu broke his neck for a Benoit suplex in ECW. Kurt Angle, look how many times he broke his neck. Look at Brock doing the 450. Guys land on their neck for other moves. Look at the amount of guys that have received chair shots to the head and they're fine. Taker, Triple H, Rock, Austin, Michaels. Fuck me, man. It's like Benoit. Say the Benoit incident. See, even by that point with Benoit, I think chair shots to the head were getting phased out. They were.
Yeah, I don't really remember that many, to be honest.
I mean, see how the attitude there, the amount of chair shots you got to the head, and then like the blood afterwards. It was fucking epic, man. It was.
Yeah, so like, what you can say ban them, that's fine. I'm not saying no, they're to stay. But you cannot say that unprotected chair shots to the head have never added anything in wrestling, because they quite clearly have. You look at the Rock Mankind Royal Rumble match. Are you telling me if the Rock's hitting Mick Foley in the kneecaps or the back with those chair shots is going to have the same effect?
Absolutely not.
That JR, the commentary team's going to be fucking screaming for the match to end.
Somebody stop the damn match.
It's just not. So, it is what it is. Anyway, that's what Corey Graves had to say on the matter. He says, quote, "This is not meant to sound judgmental or incite us versus them, or question anybody's passion, or talent, or intentions. This is just coming from a guy whose career ended from a few too many accidental headshots. The art of this business is protecting ourselves and each other. Trust me, the gaps in memory are not worth it. I promise." End of quote.
I think this is pathetic, right? He actually spends the whole tweet more or less deflecting what he means. He's like, "Oh, this isn't us against AEW, and here I've took a few too many chair shots to the head, and also the art of this business, yada yada yada." How about you just stick to your shit, Corey? Either don't tweet, or you just say it and you 100% mean it. It's like he spends half the tweet fucking apologising, basically, pretty much explaining his actions in a really shitebag way. To me, when you actually have to explain that it's not an us versus them thing, it kind of just turns it into an us versus them thing. Would you agree?
I agree. Plus, he's making the comments after they done it.
Yes, that's why he did it. Exactly why he did it. And here, I watched the match. I've seen way worse chair shots to the head.
Yeah, I mean, it's an okay shot, but it's nothing insane. I've definitely seen worse. So you wouldn't put it in the top 10, top 50, whatever. There's been way worse headshots.
Eddie Guerrero and JBL.
Yeah, there's been way worse headshots than this. And Corey Graves can have his opinion. I don't think anyone would criticize him or say that he's necessarily wrong. But then to delete this just because...
Oh, he's deleted it?
Yes.
Well, I thought we were just making a video on the fact that he made it.
No, he's deleted it.
That's fucking... Oh, fuck, that makes it even 100 times worse. What a fucking loser he is.
Just stick by your guns, but obviously, I'm assuming he had backlash. Maybe people were accusing him of trying to attack AEW. We know that Tony Khan came out today and he says that the WWE PR team are trying to sabotage AEW and that they need to stay in their own lane. Kind of rich coming from Tony.
Yeah, no, it is. He bloody moves between all the lanes, especially WWE labelled ones. But see, for Corey Graves to come out and say this about it's not an us versus them thing, right, or whatever, at the start of his tweet, or halfway through his tweet, because it pretty much takes up half of it, he's already covered the basics, so why does he need to delete it? If he's already explained why, here's why I'm saying this. If he's stating in his mind that this isn't us versus them, this is me just looking out for people in my fellow place of work, then why is he deleting the tweet?
Yeah, if this was really him, right, trying to protect wrestling and protect wrestlers and put over the fact that the art is what is important and not unprotected chair shots, he would stand by his opinion and he would keep this tweet going.
I don't like Corey Graves. I hate this. This is actually one of the things I hate most. See people tweet something and delete it.
And I tell you what, see when you're a top guy in WWE, you still get away with these. And I can't pinpoint one off the top of my head, but I know there's been unprotected shots to the head that top main event guys have used since they banned the headshots.
Yeah, Triple H Taker.
Now, was Corey Graves coming out? Was he tweeting this after Triple H Taker?
Probably not. I think that was in 2011, 2012, and then
there's been more since then.
No, there has been more since.
I'm pretty sure Brock's done quite a couple.
Yeah, I mean, look at the way Brock busted up Orton. Elbows to the head. Now you can claim Brock knew what he was doing, right? I mean, it's still blunt force trauma to the fucking dome.
Yeah, what's worse, one chair shot to the head, or those blunt elbows of busting him open the hard way?
Regardless if it's a dig or not towards AEW, he covered the basics in his tweet and still found the need to fucking delete it. I hate that, man. I actually hate that.
Yeah, so Corey Graves, not saying that he's wrong. I'm not saying that his opinion isn't valid here, and I'm not saying that
I think his opinion is invalid. See, once he deletes the fucking tweet, stick to your guns, Corey, or don't tweet at all, you loser.
Yep, stick to your guns, stick to commentary. But yeah, for me, if wrestlers want to take a chair, but you're right. It's like, look at some of the moves that these people are doing, like power bombs onto fucking ring aprons, like the hardest part of the ring. There's way more danger. There is way more dangerous moves being performed in wrestling week in, week out than a chair shot to the head.
Daniel Bryan came back, and what's the first thing they started doing? Powerbombing him neck first on the apron. Oh, aye, but chair shots to the head is where we draw the line.
Chair shots to the head are fucking reasonably safe compared to some of the stuff we see.
I'm not asking for, like, unprotected ones. I'm asking for them to put their hand up but still make it look real.
Yeah, see, when you see someone pick up a weapon, though, and they are willing to, and they're trying to swing it at any part of the body but the head, that takes away from me.
No, it does.
I actually think they'd be better off just not using weapons.
It's like, it'd be like a war movie, man, and no one's allowed to go for headshots. Oh, you have to just shoot them in the limbs. Come on, man. You go for the vital points of the body. You know, there is times though where if you hit someone in the head and then like they end up bending over, but it makes sense to hit them in the back. But there's so many times in recent WWE history.
No, it wouldn't make any sense. No, you hit someone in the head and they go down.
Yeah, but say they didn't go down.
Well, no.
Say you hit them in the head and they bounced back off the ropes and they hung over like a L shape. Look at.
Well, that would be a shit chair shot. What we see now is people going to the gut and then causing them to bend over and then hit them in the back. That looks
Not
fake.
if your name's Grayson Waller on SmackDown.
That looks fucking.
When he bends over, like he's about to take her up the ass from Cody Rhodes, and then he looks behind. Where is he? Where's Cody? Where's the American Nightmare, brother?
Yeah. So anyway, guys, it is what it is. But I mean, come on. Look at Bret Hart. He got a boot to the head in that end of his career. So
yeah,
it's wrestling. It's a contact sport. Anything can happen.
It's fake, damn it. It's not real.
Till next time. Peace.